What's going on, lightning homies? It's 𝗘𝗟𝗘𝗖𝗪 here, and today we have an awesome video planned for you guys. This is something a little different. By the way, thank you so much to the Grateful Ninja for commenting lightning homies as the name. This is a really funny one. Again, we have so many cool names. Keep commenting names down below and you will have a chance to get one featured in one of these long form videos. Lightning homies is one of my favorite ones yet. You guys are so creative, as I've said. But today we're going to be going over the 10 hardest, coolest, and most fun tricks that I've done in my lifetime doing Ninja Warrior. As you guys know, I love doing fun tricks in Ninja Warrior. I've done a lot of crazy stuff over the years, especially in these past few years in Ninja Warrior. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my top 10 favorite, and you guys can comment down below which one you think was the coolest or hardest. And if there's any you think that I might have missed, let me know down in the comments as well. And let's get right into it. Coming in at number 10 has to be these Salmon Ladder tricks with one of my best ninja friends, 𝗘𝗟𝗘𝗖𝗪𝗏. This was a really interesting line. So we both jumped and then we flipped around each other on the bar, and then we both did a skip, but he was going backwards and I was going forwards, so we had to time it exactly right, and we were super excited when we got this. This was a crazy move. It was super hard. We kind of were thinking of what to do because we wanted to do a partner challenge, but we didn't know what we should do, so then we came up with this, and it was a lot of fun, but it was really difficult. Coming in at number 9, this one doesn't come through super well in the video, but if you really look at it, this was extremely difficult. So I was at Obstacle Ninja Academy in Orlando, and I had a super long cane in my hands, and I had to take the cane off of a swinging hook and then land it into a clip on the side of it. This is a really hard move because you have such a long cane, so you're having to take it out and around, and you have this like giant thing in your way, so you're really trying to first of all keep it out of your way, but also be super precise into this tiny clip. So you're seeing the slow-mo of it right now. You really had to be extremely precise to get it into that clip, so this was really difficult. I actually got it on like my 4th or 5th try, but the first few tries were like not even close, so it really took a little bit to get the hang of. Moves like this are a lot of fun though, and a little hint, there's some more coming up like this later. So coming in at number 8 was the Lache to the bottom of the Stronghold Holy Trap. So this is a really tough challenge. The Holy Trap is a trapezoid, but I flipped it upside down and made it so like it was like an angled grab. So it was like you were almost grabbing onto nothing, but it also was at this really steep like 45-degree angle. So it was really, really tough to grab onto as well. So this was a lot of factors going into it to make it really, really hard. But once I finally grabbed it, I was so excited because I had tried it over and over. And at first I thought it was impossible, but then I kept getting closer and closer, and after a lot of tries, I finally got it, which I was so excited about. Quick little intermission from the list. If you guys have not joined the Electric Gang yet, if you can, it's only $2.99 a month. You can hit the blue join button down below or check out my community tab. I post things about it all the time. You get tons of cool perks. You'll get early access to all of my videos. You'll get custom emojis that you can use in the comments, which are really funny. There's one of my face if you want to use that. I don't know. Anyway, there's also like some lightning bolts and stuff like that. Themes of the channel. There's another thing where you get badges for how long you are a member, which is really awesome. And then you'll get custom videos as well about the behind the scenes of my channel, which are coming soon, members. So yeah, those are some of the perks you can get for being a member of this channel. So you can go down below, click that join button, or click the link in the description of this video. Yeah. Coming in at number 7 is the slippery salmon ladder. So this was a salmon ladder, except there were these metal nubs that you had to go on instead of actual rungs, and then you had to pull up into these 2 wooden rungs. This is one of the most difficult things I've ever done, and I wasn't sure if I was actually going to be able to get it when I first tried it. It was extremely difficult, and it's really hard to convey it through video, but if you really look, these nubs on the salmon ladder are super thin, so it was really tough to get it perfectly precise. So this is a really fun obstacle that we set up at Jungle Gym, and once I finally got the hang of it, I was able to get it semi-consistently, but it was tough, you guys. This is one of the toughest obstacles I've ever tried, especially because it was metal on metal. If it was metal on wood, it probably would have stuck better, but since it was metal on metal, you really couldn't get any swing or it would pop right off, as you can see in this video right here. Alright, you guys, coming in at number 6 is actually a pretty recent one. It was this rope lasso line. So Matt Bradley taught me how to do this rope lasso move, and then I decided to put it in this line where basically I linked into the rope lasso move and then immediately pulled up and skipped up 3 on the salmon ladder. So the salmon ladder part wasn't the hard part. It was really getting the link motion into the rope lasso and then still being able to hold on with all the force. What a lasso is essentially is you're on one bar and then you have to flip it up and over and then land it on another bar. As you can see in this video, you're seeing seeing the slow-mo, which really shows how tough it is. This is a super hard move for 2 reasons. First, because of how precise you had to be with the throw, but second, because when you caught it, you had to absorb all that impact on that rope. So as you can see, there's tape around it. I had to tape it up because my hands were starting to get torn up from the rope. So it was really tough, but once I finally got it, I was so excited, as you can see here. Coming in at number 5, this one was definitely one of the hardest ones. It took me over a month to get. It was the vertical limit lane at Jungle Gym with a bunch of twists and turns. So you had to go across the vertical limits, then spin, then reach over, and then spin again, and then keep going across the vertical limits. And the reason this was really tough was because of how awkward of body positions there were, where you had to put your hands and move your hips into to get in the right positions. It was extremely, extremely awkward. Starting off, it was pretty simple, but then once you keep moving on, this lane gets harder and harder. And it wasn't hard really because of the grip strength required, but it was just hard because of how awkward it was. Once I finally got it, I was so excited though, because I kept failing on the second to last move and my grip was getting so tired, but then I finally got it and I was so excited. Coming in at number 4 is this ring hop lane. Fun fact, out of everything on this list, this lane probably took me the most tries out of everything. Maybe there's one thing that took me longer. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but this one took me a long time, multiple hours to get. So you had to take the rings off of 2 ape hangers, land it on another one, then push it into a special delivery for a cookie monster move. Then the hardest part was taking it out of the special delivery and landing it in this clip that would swing away if you hit it. So the issue with this was not the clipping in, but if you hit it anywhere except for the clip, it would swing away from you because there was nothing stopping it. So this was the move that was the crux. I would fail on this over and over and over. And then once I finally got it, one of my hands started peeling off and I was so scared, but I held on and I was so excited because this lane was crazy, you guys. This definitely took me so many tries and I was so grateful and happy once I finally got it. So coming in at number 3 was the 12-foot Cookie Monster Lache. So as you just saw, there was a Cookie Monster in that one, but that one was only like 7 feet. So this one was 12 feet long, 11 feet 8 inches to be exact. By my knowledge, this might be the world record, but probably someone has beat it somehow. So comment down below if you've gotten more than an 11-foot 8-inch Cookie Monster. But essentially what a Cookie Monster is when you take a ring and you push it into a special delivery. And this is a super, super precise move. You really have to like get your hand-eye coordination super set to get it. So it's really tough, especially taking 2 off and then just moving to 1. So I was so excited when I was able to get this because my goal for the day was actually only a 10-foot one, but then I kept moving it and moving it, and I finally got to an 11-foot 8-inch, which I was so happy about. As you can see, my reaction was so excited, and I didn't even tap my feet either. I figured once I landed, I might like tap my feet because of how close I was to the ground, but I was able to keep them up as well, which I was super happy about. So a super clean attempt, landing it. 11 feet 8-inch Cookie Monster comes in at number 3. So coming in at number 2 is the hardest move on this list, but number 1 I would say you guys have said is cooler, so that's why I put it at number 1. But number 2 is the hardest move. It was the Lache to a 6mm ledge. So essentially I went from a cliffhanger about 5 feet to a 6mm rounded ledge, and this was so tough because every time I caught it, I would swing backwards and then peel off. But yeah, once I finally caught this, I knew this was going to be one of the coolest moves ever, and after watching it back on video, I was like, dang, that is cool. And I was really hyped. As you can see, I like clapped. I was super excited because I had really gotten the hardest move I think I've ever done in my career, like grip wise for sure. It was honestly probably the hardest move I've ever done in my career in Ninja Warrior. I will say though, this list is not just about hardest, it's also about the coolest and most fun. So that's why number 1 is the cane into the hole move that I've done on the Splat and the Spaceman. So here are a couple clips of the cane into the hole moves. These are so much fun. Basically, I come off a slider, come up and into the hole, and I've done this on many different holds. Here are 2 of them right here that you're seeing right now. This is a super precise move. Hand-eye coordination is extremely important for a move like this, so it's really fun to be able to do because like every time you get like super close, but then once you finally get it, it's so exciting. And then from there, I try to like hop it into the other holes. I usually use Makercraft holds, which are made by 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗏. They're super awesome, super high quality. And then for the cane, I use the My Ninja Source Ice Pick. These moves are so much fun. They're definitely one of my favorite things to do in Ninja because you just feel like you're flying and then you like get it into this tiny hole and then you like keep hopping it. Like you just feel like unstoppable when you're doing this kind of stuff. I don't even know why. It's just a crazy feeling. Alright, so now that you know my top 10 favorite, hardest, coolest, most fun tricks that I've done, I'm going to give you some tips on how to improve on stuff like this. So on the kind of stuff where you get the canes into the holes, hand-eye coordination, one of my favorite things to do to improve this kind of thing is special delivery. You can get special deliveries at makercraftco.com, Makercraft Kevin Carbone's website, just like I said earlier. These are awesome. Basically, they're a super good hand-eye coordination move, and there's ones for beginners all the way up to pros, different size slots. So if you're still a beginner, you can get the bigger slot so that you can fit it in, and then once you get better and better, you can move the slot smaller and smaller. So these are a really good tool for hand-eye coordination. To improve grip strength on things like the Lache to the 6mm ledge, I would suggest starting with dead hangs on bars. So if you can just get a cheap pull-up bar, work on just hanging for as long as you can, and then after that, maybe you can get a couple cliffhangers. You can buy them at many different places like Monstro, Stronghold are two of my favorite places to get them. Do some dead hangs on there, maybe some pull-ups on there if you are getting more advanced. And then vertical limits are one of my favorite things to do it on as well. You can get them from 3-ball climbing, Stronghold, Atomic. All three of those places have some of the best vertical limit and best quality vertical limits, and then you can start hanging on those once you get really advanced, and then you can start doing pull-ups once you're really advanced. Those are some of the ways to improve grip strength. And then finally, a way to improve on something like the Slippy Salmon Ladder, working pull strength. So basically, that is a very controlled movement. So I would suggest doing slow pull-ups. So I'm sure when you do pull-ups, maybe you kip a little bit, you can pull up fast. But if you do slow and controlled pull-ups, you can work on things like that because you're really trying to stay tight and focused. So a slow pull-up is you'll like start, and then you'll just pull up. Maybe you can start with just pulling up for 5 seconds, but then you can see how long you can go. You can even try a minute-long pull-up. It's harder than it sounds, you guys, but if you can work your way all the way up to that, you'll be set on things like that slippery salmon ladder. So if you guys want any more tips on anything like that, ask me in the comments down below, and I will answer them in a short. Ask me anything in questions down below, and I can answer them in a short as well. Make sure to comment down below more names. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more top 10s like this, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share, and let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure to share this video with everyone you know, not just your friends, not just your family, not even just your dog anymore. Share it with your goldfish, okay guys? Bye. And a massive shout out to my electric channel members, Jumpin' Jack Ninja, the Extreme Ninja, 𝗘𝗟𝗘𝗖𝗓𝗏, NICU Ninja, Sizzle Ninja, Sam Shea, Stanny G Tech, and Alex Cross.